Good morning. It is finally not cold. I believe the winter's fully gone now because it's early just at daybreak and it's warm enough to comfortably wear a t-shirt and shorts if you wanted to. But it's still beautiful out here. Good morning to the horses. Good morning to the Shire. I hope you all who celebrate had a good Easter yesterday. I did. I visited family. Some family came over to my mother's house. I visited. We cooked great food. It was a wonderful time. And so today I wanted to talk about the value of religion and family intertwined. The thing that I've noticed the most about the decay of the modern era since I've been studying it the last 10 or 12 years is just how godless everything is. And I say that as someone who really doesn't believe in God or magic or anything. I don't believe in ghosts or gods or afterlives. I wish I could, but I can't. Something about my mind is so skeptical, I don't really believe anything is real. And yet, here I am telling you, the experiences with my family yesterday, it makes me see the value of everything about the natural order and the divine order. And it puts into perspective the problems of the modern era. People at my family, my little get-together yesterday, an aunt who's still alive, even though she's like 70-something. My mother, who just turned 70-something recently. I think she's 71 this year. Her husband, who is sick and not well. An uncle of mine, a cousin of mine, a few young people, and then a cousin I don't know very well who's in from out of town. We visited, we ate, we laughed. There was a reading from the Bible. There was prayer. There was talk about God and religion. Of course, I'm comfortable with it. I grew up around it. Southern Baptist stuff, basically. Fortunately, nobody in my family is a big-time Scofield Bible loon and talks about, Judeo-Christian Zionism and shit. Thank God. But other than that, they're pretty stereotypical Southern Baptist type of Christian people. So, in this area, I would say at least 2/3 of the people here are some kind of Christian, usually a pretty standard Southern Baptist Christian Protestant, and most people around here go to church. And there's a bunch of churches around here. It's not these big cathedral buildings. Most churches in this area are about the size of this house, or maybe a little bigger. Maybe they're the size of that barn over there. Most churches here are pretty small and serve a small community. So church is a pretty community-focused thing. It's not this big thing with hundreds or thousands of people that go to it like these big corporate mega churches that you see sometimes. And the religion and church experience for me has been a positive one. Not full of white erasure, not full of modern liberal cancer, but it's been a grounding thing. A thing that makes me know that I'm connected to a people who have firm beliefs and have a concept of who they are outside of modernity. And I'm going to wait here for this car. Okay, car's gone. Little worm. You have to save little earthworm. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. There we go. All right. But my family haven't forgot who we are here like a lot of people haven't. We know our connections to this country and the people who founded it. We know our connections to the Ulster Scots and the English. We know our connections to the aftermath of the unfortunate war that destroyed the country that we live in. We know that so many of our family were encouraged and paid to go fight and die in these horrible wars for this state that we live under. We know that. We talk about it. It's part of who we are. We aren't just rootless city folk that don't really have an identity. And there's a vehicle coming, but I don't think I'm going to cut it because it's pretty quiet. So, hanging out with these people yesterday, getting to witness them gathered for a religious event, I haven't had a little Easter gathering or a religious gathering with my family in quite some time. And a few of us just wanted to get together for Easter this year, so I thought, hey, let's do that. I'll visit, because I'm always wanting to have family get-togethers, but they don't happen much anymore. So it was a handful of people, like 5 and a couple of young kids. And we visited together for a couple hours, maybe 3. And it was an odd feeling seeing them come together in faith and belief. It's something that I can't share in. Watching their faces, seeing the mix of emotions of joy and some kind of like deep sorrowful connection that they held as a bond through this faith religion structure, it was beautiful. And I wish I could have it, but I can't. But I'm still thankful to at least be raised in it and be able to see its value. Now, I don't really know what to take from this, but I felt like I should report on it. Because my family are not clueless. They know at least a little bit about what's going on because of me. Especially my aunt. Her husband died a long time ago. I think I was in my young 20s when he passed away. He died pretty young. I think he was 50, 51. But she hasn't remarried. She is way into politics. She's an America Firster. She helps people pay attention to like PTA stuff and make sure the sheriff isn't paused and things like that. She's 70 and she's pretty based for a boomer. I've had talks with her about, don't trust the Republicans, don't trust Trump implicitly because of all these anti-white reasons, all these anti-American reasons. And she's on board. So my aunt's pretty based and she's really religious. And I've talked to her several times about politics and culture war stuff in the last, 4 or 5 years. She's pretty cool. She's one of my family members I talk to the most outside of my immediate family. And to see the look on her face of this, some kind of like sorrowful elation. I don't really understand it because I can't personally intuit and feel faith at all. But watching them and being with them yesterday, if religion is the catalyst for that kind of emotional bond and that kind of pathos, then we would be a fool to destroy it and get rid of it. And with as many problems as I and maybe you have with Christianity, surely it's better than nothing. And surely it can become better and better for us as time goes on. And it made me feel sort of sorrowful that I can't really intuit or feel any of those experiences and share that stuff with them. I wish I could. I really wish I could. Because it's a bond. It's an important part of the glue that holds our little Appalachian ethnicity pocket together. And I just can't feel it. I'm numb to it. I can pretend, and I do, and I participate with what's going on, but I don't lie. They all know how I am. They all know that I'm hardwired skeptical and don't have faith and stuff. They know. I don't lie to them about it. But I still participate. I sing the songs, I read the verses, I pray, I enjoy being with them. And I wish I could feel what they do. Because when I witnessed this yesterday, it meant a lot to me. It showed me that there are people connected to me that I'm from, who have a kind of belief and a passion that no matter how retarded you might think it is, it keeps them alive and gives them hope. And I can hear the black pillars now saying, oh, religion is just copium. But people need hope. People need a reason. White men need a reason to get up and make society function every day. And we need them to do that. So I do think it's a beautiful, good thing to have faith and to have a religion for a people. And I hope that in the future, more and more of our people will have some kind of passionate, motivated belief in something bigger than man. that will give us strength, order, and the ability to resist what's being done to us, and the ability to grow beyond that and make something truly great in our civilization again. Why do I think it matters? Because I think there has to be an order larger than man. Because if man operates as if he is the ultimate arbiter of right, wrong, and reality, then what stops us from having psycho anti-white eugenics programs to breed us out? What's to stop us from having abject Marxist communism? What's to stop us from having something even worse that we haven't seen yet? If man believes that he is the absolute ultimate arbiter of life, truth, and everything, and that somehow man is arrogant enough to know and understand all of the laws of the universe and the natural world, I don't see anything good coming from that. I think that a properly ordered society and good leadership requires some humility. It requires at least a small element of being humble. Kings and queens rule because of the divine right of kings. Divine being the key word there. Ordained by the higher power. Whether you believe that's the Christian God or something else. Even if you don't believe in gods at all, you still need to believe that there is something above man, that man does not have control over, that has decided the order of things. And we observe the order of things to know the truth of that organizational entity. And the more that our society has moved away from that, the worse things have become. I'm not saying we have to have a king and a monarch, and we have to, I don't care about socio-political model. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when you think about it, well, I always end up at this pretty place, don't I? I just really love this little field I walk past every day. I miss that old barn that they tore down. It was a barn even older than that old barn. It was over there, it had been there for like, I think 70 years. But it was falling apart. Anyway. The divine order or the natural order, it means that man must observe and act in accordance to the way things are. And that man, it's not up to him to decide what is right and wrong, what is possible and impossible. It's up to man to follow suit and play his role and do what he is ordained to do. Now, that stuff, of course, will be up for debate for time immemorial. But at least if you have that being the framework in which we live, at least the people who are at the top, at least the people who are underneath them, they at least if they don't believe it, they have to act like they believe in it. And we haven't had that in a very long time. And I think that is one of the main reasons why everything is falling apart. And there's just so much evil baked into everything now. It's because everyone who is willing to uphold the divine order has been chased out of power, scared, intimidated, beaten, brainwashed, out of existence, basically. So everyone in every one of our governments and all of our corporations, they're basically just godless, selfish people. And I know those people are always going to exist, but we need nobility. We need honorable, righteous men to stand up, crack heads if they need to, and put things back in order. Because this can't go on. Even if mass migration ended tomorrow and you waved a magic wand and every non-white person disappeared from white countries, we would still have a problem with rampant hedonism, rampant selfish hypersexualization, and these empty-minded consumer drones of people that we'll have to do something with. So even if all of the racial, ethnic conflict stuff ended tomorrow, we're still not out of the woods. We have a long row to hoe, as they say around here. a long road to hoe. And I wish I could feel religion and faith in a true way, but I can't. I try so hard, but it just never comes to me. I'm one of those people that no matter what I do, I'm just always skeptical and don't believe. And that might be to my detriment, I don't know. But what I do know is it felt really good to see my family, young to old, gather for a religious occasion, pray and share merriment. And I witnessed a type of joy that I haven't seen in a long time on Easter yesterday. It was something. It was really something. Well, I suppose that's about it. I think I've talked about everything that was on my mind about this. I hope that you enjoyed the conversation. Maybe you have similar family religious experiences. Maybe you have some things that are related to the things I talked about you'd like to share with me. Put those in the comments. Send me an email. I'd like to hear them. The reason I started this YouTube channel and became a public voice is to see if I was alone or not in the things I thought, felt, and believed. So I like knowing I'm not alone. We'll wrap it up here because it sure is pretty today. Let's walk up on this hill by the fence. Up we go. Yeah, it's real pretty here. My Appalachian Shire. It's still a wonderful, pristine place. I know it won't last. Not unless we have a miracle. And I pray for one every day. I'll see you guys Thursday night with Chris for more Gulag Cafe or Empire of Lies. Have a blessed week and happy Easter, everybody. God bless.